So in the last two videos, we've talked about some really, really powerful concepts that now you have at your disposal. 99.9% of the world does not have those tools and does not understand the internal thermostat or the power of identity. And now you have both of those tools at your disposal. The third thing I want to talk about is your self-confidence and where that comes from. So previously we touched on how self-confidence was built, but now I want to get into the nitty-gritty about why it is the way it is and how you can improve it to things that you've never realized were even possible. Most people's self-confidence is built off of external things. It could be the money that they possess, or the car they drive, or the external relationship that they're in, or what other people say about them, good or bad. The problem with these things is that they're very, very fragile. So if you're in a relationship and you end up breaking up, that is something that is not necessarily always in your control. It takes two to tango. But if that is what you build your entire self-esteem around, your entire self-confidence around, then it's something that can be taken away from you, and it's something that's very fragile, and it's just not a great way to live your entire life, because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is how you feel about yourself when you're by yourself. So it's an internal game. It has nothing to do with the external. Sure, do cars look cool? Does money, make you feel great? When you went out and you bought a dress and you wore that dress out to the party or the club, I'm sure it felt amazing. Absolutely. But these are temporary rewards. They're not things that are going to bring you lasting fulfillment. And that's what we're after. The only thing that matters is how you feel about yourself when you're by yourself. That's where the lasting fulfillment comes from. So self-confidence, like I said, is an internal game. If you can link the willingness to put in the work, say, on yourself. So for me, I started linking how I was putting in the work on myself. I was reading books about personal development. I was not going out and partying with my friends when I was working for a company and gaining skills that were going to have utility. I was putting all of my dopamine, or the reward chemical in your brain, into the work that I'm putting in rather than the external result that it's getting me. If you can continue to do this over and over and over again, it will build your self-confidence in a way that you can't even imagine. It's the ultimate internal reward process. If you can link these internal rewards to self-confidence, you will not have a fragile way of living where if you lose the car or you lose the money, you're going to be very unhappy, and that consumes your entire life, because you will feel good about yourself when you're by yourself, which is ultimately what fulfillment is all about.